Hi, and welcome to the 422 Business Advisor Show. I am here today at the Old Zerns Market in Gilbertsville with Geyer Auction Companies, Mark Akins, the president, and Paige Hyde, who is director of operations and handles all of the technology and all the things Mark needs him to handle. So welcome.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for
good
having
to
us.
see you, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the history. Ken Geyer was the founding member back in 1955. So you all have been around for what, 70, 71 years now? And he started it as a very small operation, and you've developed into a very full service, family owned and run auction. Tell us a little bit about the history. And explain who you are related to Ken.
Ken was actually my second cousin, but he was like a uncle to me and a mentor. I started working for him when I was 12, 13 as auctions. On a weekend, he would sell a lot of real estate and do old-time farm auctions where they'd sell the real estate, all the contents, and do everything that day. And so I'd help him set the sales up. I'd be a runner, just do whatever he needed me to do. And then my main occupation was I was a used car dealer. I specialize in trucks and vans. I buy out company fleets. I buy 50, 75 at a time. So I did both. I stayed with him because I liked it and I enjoyed it. And then he got ill like 97, and I took more of a role helping him. And my wife did too. She came aboard for the advertising and a controller. And then he passed away in 99 when I took over.
Okay.
So he mainly did real estate, like I said. And then I did that, more or less a part-time job, because I still did my cars and trucks. And then when '08 came and the housing crisis, it was hard to sell anything, let alone at auction, because our auction terms are as is, where is. Cash, you sell them in 45 days, there's no contingencies. Well, a bank's loaning money.
Right?
Final sale.
Yeah.
And a bank stopped giving money to everybody, and cash was tight. So the auction method wasn't the best way to sell things then. So then I started doing new car dealer liquidations, because they took a turn. Everybody knows back then, GM started closing them down, and Ford started shutting down. They did away with Saturn, and they did away with Pontiac. So all them stores had to be liquidated. Okay. So I was doing them, one or two every month up and down the East Coast. Right. So that's how I took my aspect of the car business and I revolved into that. And then it just kept on, growing to equipment and tools and business liquidations and things like that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure it was really fun too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's still fun. So your longevity is built on adaptability, integrity, consistent focus on delivering measurable results to your clients. And you're led by 3 generations today, the Geyer Akins. You're supported by a team of professionals. Can you share a little bit about that, your professionals, and a little bit about the generational?
Well, it kind of was a small operation, family. I mean, Kenny had his daughters involved too at one point, and his son-in-law. And they chose to go a different path. And so I was there and I took it over. And like I said, it was first with a part-time job, just selling real estate. Then I kept evolving it into bigger and hiring more staff. Now I have my daughter Paige and my son Cody, both went to college. So then they can be a lot smarter than me. So now they're here, and I think that's going to be the next generation. And it really involved for me when COVID happened. And I was blessed because I did online sales before COVID. So my platform, my infrastructure was already set. So when COVID came And I think we were shut down for 3 months. You couldn't do anything. And then everything was online. And I was ready to go. So I think I had a jump on a lot of the other auctioneers in our area. So since COVID came, my business has been doubling every year.
Beautiful.
Um,
Nice.
Last year, we sold a $23.5 million worth of assets, which is amazing in my eyes for a little town of border town
That's
where we're
huge,
from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very well, congratulations.
Thank
on
you.
that. So COVID had a blessing on a lot of businesses.
Yep, it did.
We didn't know what was going to happen, but yeah, we were the same way. We didn't even shut down. And I sat for 2 hours and said, what am I going to do? And then people started emailing me and said, we need to get in.
Yep.
So yeah, so it was really nice. So you provide a true one-stop solution. You handle everything from cataloging to advertising, previews of the auction day. Tell us a little bit about how the process works with all this.
Well, we get a contact. We normally get a phone call, but now Paige has a page set up on our website that's been working awesome. People, I'm so-and-so, I want to do this, do that, and then Paige fields them out, calls me or my other people, and we would go to view them at their location. And then but the best thing I like to do is I like to analyze and just listen to them talk, because you have to know what they want to achieve.
Right.
Because when they have an auction, sometimes people are desperate, with a business going under. I do a lot of them. But there's a lot of nice, fun ones I do where they, people are retiring and it's a happy business liquidation. They're happy to be ended with it. And they work out great because, and especially when they trust us to do everything, because, we go into these buildings that are leased and they're expensive rents, and you have to be out by the end of the month or in 60 days, or it's so expensive. I mean, my best example is we had a big office building down in Washington, D.C., and they were paying $80,000 a month rent. It was huge. It was all office furniture, which I don't like to do that too much, but we went in and we just, liquidated the whole building and had it out and done, and they were so happy because, A, they didn't have to pay someone to take the stuff out and get rid of it. I sold it, gave them a check, and he saved $80,000 for next month's rent.
Right.
So that's where we can handle everything. And I like to treat every auction like I'm selling my mom's stuff. What's the best for my mom? And that's how I explain it to them.
That's good. So I think that's a nice thing about family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also with the one-stop shop solution, we've been doing real estate content packages where we help them liquidate their entire estate. So we can sell the real estate and everything inside the property, whether it's furniture, antiques, or vehicles and shop tools. We kind of handle the whole entire package. So right now we're working on one in Pottstown for a gentleman, and he had 6 properties that were completely full of merchandise and household items that we're currently liquidating.
Nice.
And the executress, both of them were from Oklahoma,
Yeah, they're out west.
out west somewhere, and they didn't have no option. And the attorney from Pottstown, also agreed with me how to do it, and it's taken 3 months. It took us a month to empty the building and take it to our other locations. Like in the Boyertown area, we have 2 locations. We have 2 in Bechtelsville, and now we have this location, and 1 in New Jersey.
Okay.
So we're pretty.
Yeah, so you're pretty big. So who does all the emptying of the locations?
Our men, our
Yeah.
people.
That's
We
a lot of
have
work.
we have a lot of boys that are in college. That
Yeah,
they
we
do
do a
that
lot of them.
primarily in the summer.
Okay.
They do a lot helping.
We have probably about 15 employees, some of them part-time, some of them full.
Nice. Okay, super. Yeah, that's the grunt work, right?
That's the grunt work.
So you're headquartered here in Berks County. You're kind of on the border, like Berks, Chester, Montgomery. And you serve clients throughout, like you just said, southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Delaware is my main thing.
Okay.
In Pennsylvania, a tri-state area.
Right.
But we did auctions in California, Texas, Florida, Oklahoma. I get calls from all over the place sometimes.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So you won't turn anything down?
No.
Yeah.
And see, sometimes too, like each state they have certain auctioneering license laws. So sometimes I'll team up with a local auctioneer and we'll do it together. Because our marketing, not to brag, but we have it down pat.
Yeah.
And we know what to do, all the specialty magazines. And we spend a lot on Facebook, target boosting and things like that. So that's kind of an added plus for anybody. And we have, I think, 57,000 followers on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
The
And then
other
emails, we have like 60,000 email subscribers.
Oh.
I think for registered bidders, last year we had about 30,000.
Wow.
So we definitely have a large buyer pool.
And what else is good is every year we get more buyers, which is good. And then it's not you're getting the same old people. It's like when you're at church and they ask you to
Right.
donate.
It's usually the same people.
The same people.
Right.
We keep getting, and Paige had this neat thing she done
Yeah,
where
so far in 2026, 1 in every 4 registered bidders were new. So it
nice.
shows that we're retaining the people that have already participated, but then we're also reaching a new audience, which is good.
So you're really growing.
we're still growing.
That's
Yeah.
so wonderful.
Right now, we're doing about 15 to 20 auctions a month,
Yeah.
Wow. It's a good
which
amount.
back in the day, you only have 4
Okay.
every Saturday. That's all you could do.
So which days of the weeks are the more prevalent? It doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Especially because it's online. It really doesn't matter anymore
Yeah.
which day it ends. We just try to schedule the pickups accordingly and previews in the evenings. For
Summertime, it gets a little tough. Like now, going into July, we want to, people need their fun and things like that. So summertime gets a little tricky, but other than that,
Yeah, well, good, good. So we talked a little about your specialties, real estate, vehicles, equipment and tools, business liquidations, municipality liquidations, antiques. Share a little bit about, and you already have a little shared about this, but your experience and your services. You've got a ton of experience, so that's a bonus, and that's really good for anybody coming in because you know the industry.
I think our best thing I can say is we are big enough to achieve great results for our sellers, but yet we're small enough to care and give you great service. I mean, there's other auction companies that are way bigger than me. But I get complaints, people talk about other people, it's common, but like they say, they're hard with the pickup. Or now what's good, big in our industry, other auctioneers are charging like 25% buyer's premium. And I get people call me and say, Mark, why are they so high for it? I said, I don't know. My average is 10 and 13. So, and I feel that's fair. Where everybody's accustomed to it. We don't ever get anybody complaining about that. And I think some of the online bidding platforms keep up in their fees. I like the platform I have now because they have lower fees.
Nice.
And everybody seems to like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the line that you used, that you treat everybody like it was your mother's.
Yes,
kitchen, and I think that's,
It's a good line. I use
Says a
it,
lot right there.
and I respect it because, what's the best for my mom will also be the best for them in my eyes. How I feel.
yeah, and people feel that, and, they come back because of that. They're not gonna,
And we don't really advertise other than really your book, and it's
Thank
great.
you.
And
We appreciate
and I feel too is we got more local response. Before, I had lots of response everywhere else. Now in the last 4 or 5 years since we got all these properties now, it's been helping.
yeah, I can see. And you're having so many auctions per month, too.
Yes.
And that's nice. So we talked about a lot. You're headquartered here. We're at 647 Congo Road in Gilbertsville.
Well, that's actually my home. So
Oh,
when I first I took over,
all right. Well,
that's that's my home office.
Okay.
Because I would go everywhere. I didn't need people to come see me. So I didn't need a fancy. I mean, Kenny used to have a big fancy office down on at the Plymouth Meeting Mall in One Towers.
Oh, yeah.
Because he used to do with banks and things like that, more real estate. And back in the SNL scandal days, we have bankers come in and have to sell all the homes and properties at the shore and that stuff. But I just moved it there, and now we have actually, how many, 2 offices we now occupy for, one at one location and Pages at the other location in Bechtelsville.
Nice, nice. So we covered a lot. Is there anything else you would like our viewers to know? Do you have any specialties that you love doing? Any services that?
Well, my passion is vehicles and equipment, because that was my other thing I also grew up on. But
Right.
I like this auction in Pottstown. I like helping people that need help. And whenever they just turn it over to our company, it's fine. And afterwards, they're so happy. And of course, you get bad reviews. We get people that say they came to pick up and the line was too long, or they came there and their item might have been misplaced. Or, I mean, when you're doing 1,000 lot sales, things can happen. So we just ask them to bear with us. We do our best we can, and we protect our buyers too, because true, we have sellers, but you still need the buyers.
Sure.
And you need a good reputation that, our descriptions, aren't the best sometimes maybe, but we do the best we can. Like all these cars we sell, we don't drive them on the road. We don't put them on like a lift. We have inspections and we have previews. Like here, if they come here on a Saturday, they can take the car and drive it around the block.
Okay.
So that, and I tell people, come.
Bring your mechanic.
Bring your mechanic, bring your scanners, do all that you can do. Now we are selling for new car dealers right on their locations. We do Tri-County, Toyota, Dodge, Jeep twice a month. And it's cars that people didn't get a chance to buy because they'd always take them to a dealer-only sale. So they're off of that. So some cars they can buy even cheaper.
I was going to say, how's the bidding for that? Do they get
Yeah,
them? For
yeah. I mean, it's just, and plus, there's no more secrets anymore. You go on your phone, you have Kelly Blue Book, Kelly Black Book, you have NAD this and Mannheim this and all that stuff. So there's really no more secrets. So, and they have to keep the cars moving. They just, want to sell them. So,
Right. Big business.
yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything you want to say before we close, Paige?
I think I can just elaborate on what Mark said, where we definitely specialize in the vehicles and the heavy equipment and business liquidations. And then the other area that we're growing at is the estate management, because we're able to do everything. And we truly will try to help as much as we can. The last gentleman we helped, we moved him into his old age home for him. So we took a box truck full of his stuff and moved him in there for free.
And we auction off his home.
We sold his home, his house content, and his vehicle, and everything like that.
Because he was by himself. His kids, I mean, he's 91. His kids are in their 70s. And they're out of Texas. They can't help him. And there's so many people that way where, we can do everything instead of hiring a realtor, hiring a clean-out company. The clean-out companies charge them exorbitant prices. You clean the stuff out, and then they keep everything. We can clean out, charge him a fee or however the situation is, and pay him for his contents.
Right, right. And these fees are exorbitant. And if
Oh,
you go to other people I know.
I hear some horror stories, and I hear people put stuff, they advertise it other ways, and I went this one was, lady had a Snap-on toolbox full of tools, and she sold it for $500. It's probably worth $10,000.
Sure.
Because someone told her and said, well, it's only worth $500, it's heavy, I gotta get a moving truck. So, and the whole auction method is the fairest, cleanest, easiest way to sell it. It's all in the open. There's no behind the doors games.
Right.
And it states, and I often get where some of the heirs say, well, how about if it brings $5? So I said, well, then you buy it and resell it if it's so cheap.
Yeah, right.
So it's an option. So that way, for a executor standpoint, they can't get in any trouble by hiring an auctioneer because it's all done in the open.
Right.
And it's all publicly advertised. We do it in papers, do all that stuff. And the auction method is the fairest way to sell anything. And any record price sold in the world of art, cars, wine, antiques are sold how? At public auctions. Sotheby's and all them big guys.
Right, plus it's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
It's a fun time.
Yep.
It's better than going to the mall, right?
Yes.
I've definitely overpaid for things because I got stuck in bidding wars with people. So,
Yeah.
No one likes to lose.
yeah.
No, I know, I've been there too. So anyway, let's just tell our viewers where we can find you, where they can find you rather, www.Geyer Auctions, Geyer auctions.com, or you can call 215-326-9624. And thank you so much,
Thank
Mark
you.
and Paige. It
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
So stop one out or check out Geyer Auctions and come out and buy or sell.